Alright, and welcome back to part 2 of this terrain editor tutorial. I've changed my tile set just because I've been looking at brown sand for the last two tutorials, so I wanted to change it up a little bit. And if you missed the first part of this tutorial, basically I just went over the add texture brush, and I kind of went over some of the basic options and settings and did a quick overview of the terrain brush palette. So if you want to check that out, I'll have a link up for that. And starting in part 2, let's just go ahead and move right into the road brush. So go ahead and click on the road brush, and you'll see that there's really only one setting that you can mess with, and that is the road width. And very self-explanatory. You can just either make the road wide, or you can make it narrow, or anywhere in between. I'm going to go ahead and go with a nice narrow road. You can't really see it, but there's a small orange circle at the tip of my mouse arrow, and this is basically my road point. So I click the mouse button to drop the first point, and then I can choose anywhere that I want to drop the second point, and there's going to be a line between those 2 points, and along that line is where the road is placed. And something cool that you can do is you can drag the mouse along your path between your 2 points, and you can curve your road. Just don't take it too far, it will break the line. But if you go out just a little bit, as you see here, I get a little curve action going and just kind of make my road look a little bit more natural on the fly. And the only other thing that you need to know about roads is if you hold down Control, you can break the road action, and this actually just picks that point up off the map and lets you move to another spot. So say I want to make road up here in the corner, I just let go of Control, click the mouse to drop my first point, set my second point, and I've got road in a new spot. So that's it for the road brush, and we're going to move to the height tool next. So stick around for that, and I'll see you soon. Alright, and moving right along to the Heigth Brush, you'll see that we've got many operations that we can use with the Heigth Brush. You will be using the Heigth Brush quite a bit. That and the Cliff Editor are probably two that you will use almost the most, depending on what you're doing. But anyway, jumping right in, our first operation with the Height tool is the raise action, and basically this just raises the terrain. So let me go ahead and get zoomed in so you can see this, but pretty self-explanatory. The more I push the mouse, the more it raises the terrain up. And your next option is lower, and it has the opposite effect. You can either use it to lower something that you've raised, or as you can see, you can also create craters and ditches and things of that nature. You're just basically lowering the terrain even more. So see if we can sculpt that little gully here. Alright, and your next option is going to be your uniform. This is just going to attempt to make your terrain uniform, so it has no randomization, and try to kind of make it match up. As you can see, it's much like with that texture uniform. It's just going to make everything even, basically, as even as possible, depending on where you click at. But as you can see, let me try and get on a better spot here. This section right here is all sorts of uneven, and if I center the uniform in there, it's attempting to give me a nice even plateau. So that's uniform for you. And then you've got the noise. This is basically just going to give you like a randomized height type thing going on. So as you can see here, it's kind of raising and lowering both at the same time, so it's kind of a mix of the two. And see if you can see that. Yeah, there you go. It's a little bit easier to see zoomed out. But yeah, that's giving you kind of a almost like a naturalistic type look. And then you've got the smooth button, which I used a lot back in the Warcraft 3 days, and you probably will too. It's just a way to smooth out your rough edges. And as you see, it attempts to make everything look real soft and non-angular, which is important for natural landscapes, or pretty much any landscape. So as you can see here, most of my jagged edges are just smoothing out. So that's pretty much the height tool. There is one setting that you'll want to look at, and that's the amplitude, and that's just like kind of like increments and some of the other brushes. It's basically just the amount or the strength of your raise or lower, whichever one it is that you happen to be doing at the time. So let's go ahead and it's not going to work on the smooth, but let's go to height, and we'll do an amplitude of 50. Got a nice small, just a little bit of a raise there, and if we jump it up to 4, you see we almost get like almost like a cliff. Actually, I think that's a little bit taller than a standard cliff, but yeah, you can definitely see a difference there. And then you got your size and speed. These just manipulate the brushes themselves, and I went over that in part 1, so you should be familiar with what that is. And that's your height tool. And we're going to go ahead and stop right here, and I'm going to combine the cliffs, water, and doodad brushes into the final third part of this series. So stick around for that, and I will see you guys soon.
My style is UFO, totally unknown, you can't fuck with my new Z flow. I'm hard to miss, you're prone to this, you're prone to that, you fucking knew said so. I do it a lot, too hot to handle, too cold to hold, you can't fuck with the chosen one. I want to knock you on my ninja.